Three, two, one, fire. What fire?
Mm. It is I, beautiful people. I'm just waiting on y'all to tap in. I've been here, as you can see. What's up? I've been here. What it do? I'm back on my grind now. I'm back getting my consistency in the gym now. But good morning, good morning. Thank y'all for tapping in and hit that like button while you on your way in. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no sense us playing no more. It's time to get busy. Uh, my bad. I had that pop in by accident. But thank y'all for tapping in and hitting that like button as you're on your way in. Hit that bell so you can get them notifications on what's going on. How you doing, the lovely Wanda Smith? Thank you for tapping in. The lovely Sharon, coming from Georgia. Mama Quill in the building. I love when the queens come in. The lovely Deborah Luna. See, right off the dribble, the queens is tapped in. Marcia A. Tarbert. How you doing, beloved? How you doing? How you doing? And she consistent with it because she 3 hours different. So she gotta love 18 and she's part of the firm that's be setting up these wonderful interviews we trying to bring to y'all. Let the people know what's going on. We're gonna call it did we upset anybody Wednesday? Did we upset anybody? Just let me know if we upset anybody. We this is your chance to get this out the way. Part of the show. If we upset anybody, let me know. Did we upset anybody? What's up, good brother, Mr. Classic, then touchdown. Thank you for tapping in. Did we upset anybody? If we did, that's on them. That's on them if we upset it, y'all. That's on y'all. We ain't got nothing to do with that. All we is here is present you to the family. And y'all, like Marcia Tarver said, y'all hit that like, share, and subscribe, and share it to y'all social media sites where we all from. You know, you can put it on y'all page and everything. Oh, if anything, they bet not Marcia. They bet not Marcia A. Talbert. How you doing, the lovely Kobe Fatty? Thank you for tapping in. I ain't going. Them my friends from Philly. You heard? They say when y'all get tired of me, I'm welcome to Philly. That's all I know. And we got the lovely Denise Cousin. She said, "Get it, get up, giddy up, raise them up. We gotta raise the citizens up to know we've been hoodwinked, we've been had." You see the title of today's show, Who Really Care? I mean, it's rough right now. It is rough. It is rough. Y'all need to get out. Has anybody been out? I'm not doing no campaigning for nobody or nothing, but we having people that's gonna be coming on. Have anybody been out signing signatures for people that's running for the mayor other than Mick for mayor, Mayor Sheldon Neely? Have anybody been saying? Because it burns me up if they ain't out there signing petitions. It's just gonna burn me up. How you doing, L the Golden Child Sharp? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you, thank you. I see Kenneth is in the building. Thank you for tapping in. I'm just saying, hey, that first of the month check hit right, but that third of the month, that third day of the month check is different. I'll be there on the third. Them the real checks right there. I ain't going. Them the ones we looking for right now because we in need. How you doing, Granny G? Thank you for tapping in. Oh my goodness, we got Summer Love. She said, "Good morning." My ex, if they ever fully addressed the pipes and repaired the water situation, they're fully. It's quiet too. Only thing I can tell you, Summer Love, is that the mayor says the most tested water. By the looks of it, it's still people dying from cancer. Now it's a big thing on kidney disease. I'll say you have to check with Arthur Woodson, who running for the first ward. He can lead you and but to answer your question, no, I haven't heard nobody talk about it. But I'm saying he can give you more in the detail. What's up, Petty Fish? And as the people say, we 10K we listen, we trying to get to 10K. We trying to do this right. We want to do it the right way. We don't want to sell out. I be fighting against winters all the time. Mentally, like we can't do it. She like, we gotta do it. I'm telling her we can't do it. And then sometimes it'd be like every blue moon on a Saturday, she'd hit me because I don't be doing nothing. That's really my free time. I'd be like, we should do it. Then when Sunday come, we getting closer to Monday, I'd be like, hell no, because I got to start it out by doing the morning show. I'm like, no way possible. You know what I'm saying? And then, but just on Saturdays, I be feeling like I can. But like I say, that 10K a bus is what we need right now. What's up, Concrete Jungle? Thank you for tapping in. The lovely Carolyn Hendricks is in the building. What's up, good brother Hassan? Touchdown. And we got the lovely Luana Terry. And we got the lovely Felicia Martinez. Y'all know where she coming from, New Jersey, by way of the East Coast, you heard? I'm loving my East Coast family. I love my down south family, the Georgia, the New Orleans, well, Louisiana, the Carolinas, the Tennessees. What's up, good brother, Sir Gregory? Thank you for tapping in. Sweetheart Shell, thank you for tapping in, beloved. I love my Chicago ones. I'm loving everybody. I'm loving all the states, even my West Coast family. You heard? And shout out to my Gaddis clan, if I miss y'all, and the Miamis. What's up, good brother Tony Terry? You see where he at? He in Nassau, Bahamas. Keep partying for us, brother, because we need all the partying, because right now it's kind of rough around this edge. This side of town. Let me see where we at. I've been trying to get on this, do a little, what's up, my good brother, be loud and tapped in. Boy, I tell you. This is some terrible stuff, boy. We are terrible. But hey, family, how do y'all feel about I'm just saying, down there in the lost I see my good brother and tapped in. I'm trying to see. Let's walk. Oh, okay. I see Chef Swanson and Pontiac. Y'all gotta get it together. Okay, he out there. Look, campaign season is in full effect. In full effect. I'm not mad at nobody. Let me see what I missed because I know some hot things going on. I gotta check these political groups out on Facebook. I gotta see one of the hottest ones in the city of Flint right now. I'm finna get over here. I gotta get over here. I'm just listening. I want to ask the fam. Are we surprised with the president is doing? Oh, we got sweetheart Shell is in the building. Thank you for tapping in, beloved. Are we surprised, family, what's going on with this president that we got going on right now? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I didn't vote for him, but that man give us content for days. I know we don't. I know a lot of people is mad, but do y'all find it strange that this man has attacked? I'm just saying this is a Christian country, right? Is the Christian community mad at this? Is the Christian community finally mad at I'm just asking. Is they mad at the president? Y'all know what time it is. From the lovely Felicia Martinez coming in from New Jersey. She found me a sponsor this morning. Mickey's Roll Call is sponsored by Oklahoma School Principal Kirk Moore, who was shot in the leg confronting a former student with a gun in the school lobby. Thank you, sir, for protecting our schools, our scholars. Sorry about that. Wow. So oh my goodness, yeah, shout out. Shit, another one. Took one in the leg. I don't know if I could have done it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I couldn't be no bodyguard, no Secret Service person, none of that stuff. I gotta take one for the team. I am not him. Good morning, Bonnie Vanner. Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he does. He does. You right about that. You are so right about that, Marche Tarver. Let me see. Oh, that wasn't for me. I'm just saying some of the stuff I have been seeing, I ain't want to say nothing it's like, but hey, I'm just wondering. I see a couple people calling it out. You know what I'm saying? I do see some is calling it out, but like, wow. But hey, what hasn't surprised me, because I seen it on, what hasn't surprised me, I seen it on this level. And shout out to Pastor Mark Thompson right now, family. They doing he out there, the wise raining. He out there doing a food giveaway right now. But I'm just gonna say that I don't want y'all to get mad. It's just my humble opinion. I remember when he got cussed out, Pastor Mark Thompson. So this ain't nothing like the environment that has been created. Good morning, Debbie Clark, one half of the Wonder Twins. Thank you for tapping in. And good brother Donnell Meredith, thank you for tapping in. This is nothing new. I mean, let's just be honest. I don't know like why we acting like on that level. Like this is something new. This is nothing new. I watched people that came on the post and was justifying a pastor. And I'm not saying all pastors, you know what I'm saying? But you would think you would have some type of decorum. This ain't this not the time we living in right now. How you doing, Eric Tar Heels? The only doomers the winter's like in the whole United States, what we know in Michigan. Let me see. Petty Fist. It makes you question how serious he takes his position, focusing on keeping his social media platforms alive. Right, but that I'm just saying because I looked at it here. I watched people say it was on the post. Sometimes you gotta cuss the pastor out. It was like they justified it. That's why, like, when I do see some people here, and that's why I be saying here, they can see what the president doing, but they act like they can't see what people doing in their own city. They can see racism from afar, but they can't see it when it's close to them. That's why, you know what I'm saying. The point I be sometimes be trying to make a point on that. Like it's easy. See, Trump is the easy thing to call out. Easy thing. Certain ones in Congress, like, MTG before she, the Dixie Cracks, them easy to call out. You know what I'm saying? Them the national ones they want you to call out. What we do here is not going to affect them. But what about what about your Trumps locally? What about your MTGs locally? What about your Southern Dixiecrats locally? What's up, Pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis coming from Ashland, Tent City, Tennessee? Good morning, good brother. I'm just saying, when do we recognize the 45s and 47 here? When I said 40, this from Marseille Tarver, 45, 47 elevated himself when it came down the elevator. Agnostics who think he's untouchable is dangerous. Facts. But I think, but this is what is some of the stuff that is, that I do. And I get it. Some people be mad that you know what I'm saying, we be getting on Democrats, and the Democrats maybe on a national level has did positive things. But I'm talking about locally. These Democrats here is downright dangerous. They dangerous. I'm just saying, it's like they dangerous here, in my humble opinion. I don't get caught up into too much of that to their friends, brothers, and in-laws situation when it come down to like the people well-being. I'm just, in my humble opinion. Let me say, I want to know why St. Mark's NBC keeps being targeted. People in Flint area, people in Flint are relentless. You know why he keep being attacked. But what's so sad about it, though, they don't listen, Marseille Tarver. This let me just tell you something. I don't know what what's gonna go down as far as how certain things, but just think about it. You didn't see, because I was talking about it, where a lady was told to swallow the mic. You see where another lady was Mike took, just it wasn't snatched, but was took back from her. Good morning, Miss Tia. So we gotta kind of understand, like, and when we don't speak up and say nothing, we let things slide. We empower the people that's doing some of this nonsense. Good morning, the lovely Beverly Biggs Levy. Y'all know who running for the third ward, and she's gonna be on here. But I'm not the one who set up the interviews. She's gonna be on here. Then I put Miss T up here. Thank you for tapping in. I'm just saying, like, you gotta really look at some of the things that's going on. Like, like when, because we'll get up here like I said, I look at the situation what Dennis Pfeiffer went through. And I'm not just trying to use him as an example, but I'm just saying, look what he went through and look how he was really left out there on a limb on his own. You didn't see Judy want to jump up in nothing. And Judy said she came out and showed you her stance on race when she used the word color and just couldn't say, hey, I dated a black man or African American. I don't know. I dated outside my color, my race. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta look at that. Then when you see things like that go down, and like I say, listen, you know certain things around here. Look, people gotta keep their jobs. We know one thing about this mayor. We know one thing, he not gonna do nothing to mess up his voting base. Just being honest with you. Good morning to lovely Terry Nixon and tapped in and Demetria Brown. Thank y'all for tapping in. So that's why I'm saying when you voting, when you go into that, when y'all see these people, you got to August 4th is the primary, right? You want to get some people that's gonna stand up for you. Quit getting these people that's gonna turn the other cheek. And one thing I will say, I think was the worst thing that was said. We might have didn't like Eric, you might have didn't like how Eric did certain things, but you see how he took that serious when him and Metcalf, not trying to, go through history, but go back in history. But I like to show you where people take stuff seriously. You see it when him and Metcalf, you don't want nobody who gonna be quiet. That's why, I'm not just trying to keep, tooting her horn, but got to give a shout out to Billy, the former member of the ENA board, because you want people that's going to speak up for you. You know what I'm saying? And that was a just cause, in my humble opinion. That was just cause. Like, I don't know how they doing their thing behind the scenes or if it's just some stuff they look over, but to me, when you get on things, and I don't think it's been enough issue made out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't speak on a young lady. Her coming back out saying something, I don't know. Maybe she did go back, say something to her boss. Maybe she didn't. But my understanding, this mayor know he ain't got the whole blacks, you know what I'm saying, behind him. He probably just told her, let it go. I talked to him. But I mean, on certain things, man, we got to be like how we all wanted the brother in the first ward. Let's be honest, head. Verbal is just as bad as physical sometimes. And we gotta quit letting stuff slide. We gotta quit pushing stuff to the side. That's why I do feel like, and I agree with brother Elliot. Like, we need some groups, creative groups ourselves, study action and hoping that one day the ones who down there, who basically who doing a lot of who speaking for the blacks. I'm just telling you, they not, them the ones who's down there. I don't think they representing us. How you doing, the lovely Sherry Allen and tapped in? Good morning to you. I'm just saying, you want some real leaders. You don't want none of these milk toast leaders that they just right now shoveling down our throat. What's up, good brother Andre Holland? Thank you for tapping in. Yeah, you need people like, that's right, brother. They need leadership that will stand up for Flint and address the water. Yeah, now you need some people that's gonna get down and get busy for you. You don't need no more of them people just sitting down and negotiating. They negotiating y'all right out the city. That's how wicked it is. I mean, I'm just being honest. That's why, and I get it, Jan Marie probably wasn't a good fan of everybody's, but I'm just saying, in my humble opinion, I'm not looking for me. What's up, Lanita Murray? Thank you for tapping in, beloved. Like I say, I'm not looking, even though I know some of them people will probably put us out to the pasture or take us around the shed. I'm just saying. But I think for the 7th Ward, she would have been a damn good, I'm just being honest with you. She would have been a damn good representative for that 7th Ward. And I'm not knocking nobody. Who was the guy who spoke to Miss Claire about the mic? Oh, Chris Fry. He part of the leadership board of the Flint Neighborhoods United. Let me see what Concrete Jungle said. Is that several candidate associated with a dealer? So that explains his fear. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know who associated with who, to be honest with you, Concrete. I would love, you know what I'm saying? I would love to know. But if he is I'm just saying, I don't know if the brother is. You know what I'm saying? I would, you know what I don't know. I'm not even gonna put that on that brother. I don't know. I don't know. Let me be honest with you. I don't know. But I see a lot of people around here that be associating with Liddell. And it blows my mind. But I'm not here to, you know what I'm saying? Pastor Nick, I don't know right now what's the outcome. I don't know on the April 1st evictions. I don't know. But that plan gonna move forward regardless. But I haven't heard anything. I don't know. But I'm getting back to concrete question. But if it is, you know what I'm saying? If it is, I don't know. To be honest with you, and that's what is so gangster about this whole little thing, man. Flint is so big, man. So, but you know what, concrete? I don't really think, you know what, you right on that, but this is my thing. Hey, look, you may be on to something. Let me see what teacher lady said. Be mindful of any candidate who puts water as their focus but uses AI for their social media and ad campaign literature. Who doing that, teacher lady? Because I ain't been watching nobody's stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me see what Debbie said. I've been seeing a lot of people playing on the other side. Hey, Debbie, okay. Well, you see, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We plan on getting back out there. Like, oh, most of them got you. I plan on getting back out there since we see the weather kind of clearing up. We're gonna be going back doing some hitting the streets. We're gonna be a lot mobile this year. I promise you that, family. We're gonna be out there, so we're gonna be pulling up, and that's why you know what, teacher lady, you may be on to something, but that's why I'm telling y'all, you gotta really study your candidates. I mean, I know. Because don't get me wrong. I'm even looking at the ones who do work, have jobs downtown. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's running. I'm not gonna say I'll get them some. I'm gonna get them some breaks. No, because sometimes people, and I'm just trying to be honest with y'all. When people get a certain income, they kind of lose sight on the people who don't make the same money that they make. And that's a lot of time, like a lot of these decisions is being made with people who got something going on than the ones who don't. You should invite everybody at the table. And that's my only, but I blame more of us because we don't know. That's why we got to get up out of these so-called real housewives of LA. Even some of the fellas, I agree with Brother Roberts. We got to get out of these sports. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big sports fanatic. I'm going to play this Michigan National Championship, this basketball one, until they crown a new one. And I hope we in the D, because we 8-10 going to be down in the D. If they we gonna be just stay tuned. I'm saying, but now we need more people because we getting killed mentally off of not knowing what the hell is going on. And don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I do respect, you know what I'm saying? Like, nonprofits is not what is bad like a gun. A gun is not what is bad. It's the individual who get control of it, where they mind is at. Like these nonprofits, I do believe some, don't get me, anybody gonna find a way to hustle any kind of way. But my thing is, if you really you getting this money, do some work. What's up, Yogi G in the building? Coming from that 202. Thank you for tapping in, Yogi. So I'm just saying we gotta let me get back to teacher lady to what teacher lady said. These people know I'm on and they just study crawling and knowing I sent them the video. Anyone who wants to do good for Flint and our watershed be advocating for legislation just like Maine just passed. Facts. Facts. Let me see what the lovely Carol Kincaid. Thank you for tapping in, beloved. Heard the clerk is accepting signatures but has yet to get back with candidates. If the signatures I receive are not valid, a few more days to scramble, but clerk does not seem to be time. No, no. And that's why I get it. A lot of people might want to, we can get mad at Winters all we want. You can dislike, but keep missing what the sister be saying. And then you're gonna see the game is already in. I don't know why people keep acting like Davina is not gonna play the game. Y'all better pay attention to this boule that's here. I know I be talking junk. I really would love to know who they are, to be honest with you. I be talking junk, but I would really love to see who these ones is calling the shots because I'm really not impressed by them. I mean, maybe I'm wrong for not being impressed. That's probably why, you know what I'm saying, we having such a hard time. But man, we losing because when I go to that FNU meeting and y'all heard Brother Elliott yesterday said when he was there for when they was doing the master plan. What is it called? Hot damn. Y'all know what I'm talking about when they was doing that. Look who making the decisions. You need people from all parts of Flint. You need the ones who got it, the ones who trying to get it, the ones who don't got it. You need people at the table. You cannot keep having people who then so far as more, I'm not going to say they doing a little better. You don't need them because they, when people come up, they kind of forget where they came from. And it's just honestly, as soon as they get their money, they off and running. You gonna need somebody that's really gonna sit down, that's gonna still get their money, but that's gonna still want to help you. So y'all better go back and really evaluate these people. And I do say, look who they rolling with. I'm not gonna be honest with you. People can, you can go see somebody else, see who the president rolling with, and then y'all a skull who he associated with. Y'all better start looking at the people who's friends of these council people that's been in that seat. Quit forgetting. Like I said, I was down there when Claire McClinton was having a conversation, and the lady was more worried about because Candace and Liddell not on the same page. Damn that she cared about Candace and Liddell ordered, sent for the police and seeing how they did people. She didn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't on her mind the elderly was getting pulled out the car. I'm just saying. Let me see what Granny G said. Question: can the residents have the ability to file a federal claim against the clerk for election fraud? I listen. I don't know. I just think here they probably scared to do it because what's going on. Like your stuff gonna get throughout. Michael Cooley, thank you for tapping in, good brother. Coming from Greenwood, Mississippi, 662 point of order. Keep pressure on Davina, diabolical. What's up, Michael B? Thank you for tapping in. Let me see what Deborah said. I think Flying Fingers and his roommate created a nonprofit dedicated to blight, dipped out the fourth ward race. Wow. He got a nonprofit. Ain't that something dedicated to blight? Wow, wow. Hey, listen, they in on the game. Allegedly. Good morning, Miss Eunice. Allegedly, they in on the game. But you know what, Granny G, not to just, I wasn't done with your question. I don't think they don't know. When you don't know, the ones who do know should be telling the ones who don't be not trying to bring them up. We have a problem here that we don't want to share. We don't want to share the wisdom. We want to be I'm being honest. You got to share this information with a team. Let me see what Denise Cousins said. My foundation is giving a grant of $7 million to revamp school playgrounds. I sent you the post. Okay. But I mean, Hell, do we need more playgrounds when the kids can barely read? I mean, that's neither here nor there. Maybe it's just something I'm missing. That's probably what needs to be done. I'm not saying it's a bad thing or nothing. It might be a good thing. Let me see. I'll bring it on for y'all can see it, family. Let me bring this up. Can I put that on there? Cause it's where they got okay. I ain't gonna I won't put it up, but I see we had one of the school board members was there. Trustee was there. Let me see. Anyone can file a complaint against anyone or any entity. It's what the courts decide to do with the complaint that matters. And that's the thing here. That thing might get held up, and Davina know that it could be held up until this election is over. See, when you playing against a well-oiled machine, you gotta have people that's gonna be with you. Play is essential for increased leaders. I mean, for increased literacy. Okay, I got you. I got you. Good morning, Tasha Lynn. Thank you for tapping in. But I'm just saying but some people don't know, and then some don't have no money, to be honest with you. Some don't got time. They don't want to take their little, they little money, survival money to go mess with a lawsuit. And they know that. You know what I'm saying? They know that. And then you, like I say, you gotta we have a problem when the ones who do know bring me, I don't know, family. I don't know. Maybe people might think somebody might pull ahead of them in front of somebody. I don't know how these people don't know how to get together. Just think about it. They've been trying to take Mayor Neely out for the last two elections. And he on this third trip there. I'm gonna be honest with you. On this third trip there. Let me see what Davina know the game, and she playing it very well. She needs to be replaced. All of them need to be replaced, but that's when you're dealing with this boule. You'll mess around, they'll get you out because they might don't want, they don't, as you know what I'm saying. They like how things are being rolled. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to be funny. I don't think whoever, and you hear me out, I don't think whoever becomes the new mayor of Flint gonna replace not no black one, gonna replace Davina. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just telling you. Even if we get, 6 new council members or 7, ain't none gonna want to replace Davina. So don't even get y'all heads up about Davina being replaced. It's already gonna be excuses gonna be made. Her hands was tied behind her back. They're gonna throw it on the previous ones. They're gonna be like she had to do this because of Liddell. She didn't want to lose her job. Just think about it. We'll come on here and say, hey, listen, a person gotta feed their family. This is things that we know. I'm just saying, just think about it. Just look at this. Davina already done seen where the councilman of the first ward was getting signatures for the third ward from a house that he used, and it's impossible for him to still be calling shots from the first ward. Let that sink in for a minute, family. He done went and got signatures for the third ward, saying he's no longer living in the first ward, but yet he's still the councilman for the first ward. Signatures turned in for the third ward. He's the councilman for the first ward. He's campaigning in the third ward, but he's the councilman for the first ward. Let that sink in, and Davina's the clerk. And he gave her, the signatures got turned into her office, but he's the first ward councilman, and he's still the first ward councilman. Shouldn't he have to relinquish that seat of the first ward? Or are we just sitting up here like we don't know what the fuck going on? I'm just saying, like, that haven't crossed nobody's mind. I'm just saying, so that's why I'm telling y'all, Davina's not being replaced. I don't care what nobody say. When you get in that game, you have to play by their rules. So I don't want people to be thinking that if it do happen, Davina is she's gonna get to retire like Inez Brown, and they're gonna have a good replacement that's gonna play the same game that she played. So I don't know. I don't want y'all to get up here and be thinking. Just think about it. He's running for the third ward. Winnings gave a new address for the third ward, but he's the councilman of the first ward. Ain't nobody brought that up. I'm just saying, has that came across anybody's mind? I'm just asking, like who? That don't take no rocket scientist to see that. If you can't see Davina is in on the game, she let the first ward councilman come in, give a new address where he live at, turned in his signatures, and he's still running from the first ward. I don't know what more do y'all want. Y'all acting like y'all. I mean, the residents can't see that they being played. How much more? Like I get it. It's election season. They can't say it, so we can say it because we not bought and paid for it. Don't nobody understand that this man then went and turned in his signatures to this Flint City clerk, turned it in. She got him. And he's still the first ward councilman. But he's saying he's staying over here in the third ward. I mean, I'm just asking y'all, do it take a rocket scientist to see that? Can't y'all not see the game is being how the game is being played? And I'm just saying ain't nobody saying nothing. He didn't came to Davina. Hey, I'm in the third ward now. But he didn't show them his paper. He put this down. This is his new address. But yet he's still governing from the first ward. And I get it. What Harletta said, you know what? I got to sleep on it when she was saying that. I thought about it, family. I got to sleep on it. It had been on my mind all morning. Been on my mind when I got here. I said something on it last night. They know what's going on. We sitting up here. They got us believing. They got a man that then turned in his address to run for the third ward, getting signatures. Got the new address, but yet he's still governing from the first ward. If y'all can't see that and see what's going on, y'all got this. I mean, we can go with 21 all day, even though that was up under Davina. But look at this one up under Davina. But you know what we're here? Oh, Davina can't do nothing. She's scared. Shit. She cashing that check shows me she's not scared. Cashing that check, she's showing me she's not scared. Shit, if she was scared, she wouldn't be cashing that check because you'd be wondering because you showing how you. I'm just saying, maybe this is something new. Is his house that he's running for in the third ward? Is it up under the first ward right now? Since I'm just saying, let me know. Maybe it's something I don't know. Maybe it's under bound. Good morning, the lovely Beverly Biggs Levy. Hey, no, that's not for you. I just want to know, can anybody tell me, is the first ward councilman, since we know now he's staying in the third ward, because that's what he running from, he turned the signatures in, how is he still governed being as the first ward when he's already said he's staying in the third ward? Do he have to relinquish his council seat since he's the third ward, or he get to hold it until he see if he lose? Like that is just downright. Okay, so it's first right now, but it'll be third. But shouldn't it be third already now, Luana? Shouldn't it be third? Because when did it click in? Oh, kick in, my bad. Shouldn't it be third now? Because he went and signed up for the third. But he using, so the address, that's what I'm saying. But why did he turn in signatures for the third ward? So y'all got me confused now. I'm confused now. So the house is in, but he just signed up for the third. So is the house on Parkway? When do it become third in the third ward? When do it become third ward? Can we get clarity on that? Is it third ward as of right now, or do it become at a certain time? It become a third ward. Teacher lady, this is where it's confusing. Can't be removed this close to end of the term. If he was first ward, wouldn't have representation. Shit, they what they getting now. Let me see with Wanda Smith. I thought we were in our new wards now. That's what I'm saying. If it's in the new wards, how is he still being representing the first ward? Let me see this. So I stay on Marengo. It's first ward, but we vote this time for third ward. It will not be third till we vote. Wow. Okay, got it. So it's officially still first ward. Got it. Let me see. No one is going to enforce the charter. They break the rules on a daily basis. Why start following it? Facts. Let me see. I thought Leon was staying in the sixth ward down the street from Tiny. Hey, listen, that man he's listen, this his shit is down there like the greatest trick that the devil told, you know the saying. I ain't gonna say it verbatim that he didn't exist. This is what this is. Let me see what mission it should be third ward using the address. He supposedly that when he signed up for the first ward. He should need to change to another address. Facts. But he used a whole different. I'm just saying, this shit's so confusing, family. I'm telling, this is like it's so confusing. If it's still listen, he should still be able to use. If it's well, I'm just saying if he used, I don't know, you know. Oh hell no, the charter don't matter. They been showed you the charter don't matter. That's what I'm saying. What address did he use when he was on that opera committee for the third ward? What address was he using on that one? This man got to use so many. Like I'm not tripping. I'm just saying that man. Damn. I ain't mad at him. Hey, work the system, brother. Work it to your advantage. Hey, Yogi, I can listen. That's universal playbook they doing. That's like the plantations. They were still using the same techniques in everyone. Some was a little harsher, and some was a little way more harsher. But it was still the same technique. We just getting it. That's what I'm saying. Like you gotta get people. That's why I do believe. Um, I do believe Jan Marie. She was needed. Like I say, I think this might have been her time to really pull this off. Or I would have went. You know what I'm telling you how I would have rolled. Me being trying to get in, and she only lost by like 50, maybe 100 votes allegedly. If I was that brother, I would go back and map that whole spot that she went to and get back. And it might be, she might be the one behind. You never know, but that's who I would be getting behind if I was him. I would have, hey, I need you to help me with this. Tell me what areas to go to. I'm being honest with you. Oh, for sure, Tony Terry, you're right. Let me see what Katie said. When they created that opera board, they were using the new boards, but then Liddell kept getting recalled, so they finagled the wars. Facts. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm tripping off. Like when they like these people that's running with Liddell. Like I said, let me see what Michelle Merritt said. The lovely Michelle Merritt said, I went to City Hall second floor to get my voter registration card. She printed a card that states which ward I'm in. Okay. So well, then if that's the ward, like we see it, Leon had got his he got signatures for the third ward. So if he's in that third ward, he's no longer in the first ward. I don't give a damn how close we is to the election. See, them the games, and I'm not saying you, teacher lady, but the first ward ain't getting no representation if he out here trying to focus on getting to make it through the primary for the third ward. His mind is not going to be on the first ward. He already been missing meetings like he wasn't there the other day. So we can't, you know what I'm saying? He is doing what he's supposed to do. So the first ward gonna get neglected. Hell, go look at the May Center now. With the that thing has been in the flux. But just think about it, family. Just look what type of individual of a mayor we have in the city of Flint. Miss Beverly Lewis was only making 50,000, and the new director gonna make 85,000. Good morning, Miss Kariza Smith. Yeah, people better start looking at certain things that's going on. All that became a sham, and look how that thing. And I'm listening to the lady that was down there. We want to know this was on y'all from the mayor, but you see how money can make people split up. See, okay, look, you see what LaWanna Terry said. She said the last 3 voter cards, I gotta say third, but I was not able to vote for the third to this time. See what I'm saying? They knew what they was doing. But ain't nobody said nothing about that one, Davina. Davina is all in this mess. Right. When you go back, Liddell was she couldn't stand on recalls. They played the game. I mean, ain't nothing said, but that's why Liddell probably so mad. And that's why I'm looking at some of the people that's rolling with her. I get it. See, my thing is this. I don't get caught up in, oh, well, the white people done it. That don't mean you supposed to do it to your people, dumbasses. They'll get right up there and justify them cracking you across your head. Well, the white people done it. And I hate when I see blacks say that. Don't come tell me what nobody. If you seen they been being unjust dumbasses, be just. That's just common sense right there. Oh, no problem, teacher lady. I ain't gonna hold that against you. Sometimes writing is hard. Yeah, I mean, listen, most of these people seeing what they what the people that's in front of them. Listen, if you think Liddell telling people get in there, Liddell telling people for herself, like, listen, if we can get this money. Now, she might be trying to get a group together probably to challenge the mayor. But it's a hell of a time that you want to challenge the mayor now. And just think about it. Even with them not even to subpoena the mayor, all of them who didn't vote to subpoena the mayor should be not being able to be reelected. People should look at that. I seen with Mr. Peachy, he want to talk, but Mr. Peachy, what has Judy been doing? Judy ain't done nothing. You mad about the fourth ward? Hell, Judy a councilwoman. It ain't just start getting neglected by their council people. You been voting. I'm pretty sure 90% of the ones got in there you voted for. It ain't just start getting neglected. It's been neglected. Oh, Miss Beverly Biggs, the firm will be contacting you. Oh, it is. Hey, listen. If it is, that's on him. But I'm not gonna lie. I called somebody to know him and know me, and I told him this morning. I said, "Hey, he ain't been over there in that 7th ward. He ain't been over there in the valley. I still got people told me he ain't knocked on their door. But then if that is, you ain't knocked on that door, that's on you. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't get this. But like I've been saying, we've been fighting some of them same people. And that's why I believe this mayor, why he has been so successful. They don't know how to join together. You better go. But I am gonna say this. The crowd, the crew, and I'll say this for the 7th ward, who Candace be, and I never once seen Candace since I've been to them FNU meetings. Oh no, Candace don't when they tell Candace be she be listening, she don't be doing this, get away from me, shoot. She don't do none of that. Candace don't do that. I watch how Candace look down on the blacks to be coming down the council if they try to say something to her. I watched her. At that FNU, when I seen her at them two meetings, listen, Candace is not playing no, listen, she loved that 7th Ward area. She loved it. I mean, she loved that when they tell her something, she listening. Now, when I see the blacks talk to her, it's going one ear and out the other one. I'm just telling you from what I seen. Let me see, Sir Greg. Without an existing voters roll, you can vote all city of Flint as long as you are a resident of Flint. Listen, these people is crazy. Let me see, Zayna. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, have y'all been tapping in with the lovely Zayna? Have y'all been tapping in? What the hell did I do over here? Oh, my bad. That was me pulling this up. I need y'all tapping in. And I'm gonna say it again. We need some more people. Create some boards. Create some groups because the groups that they got down there for y'all family, they not down there for y'all. Let me tell y'all that they not down there for y'all. I watched it 100 times. I'm telling you, I seen them people down there. Them people. I'm telling you, one young lady, and I don't want y'all to think, oh, you have that. Hey, we want to make you the first, maybe another millionaire leaving out of Flint, beloved. No, we got to make you a millionaire, you heard? Multiple M's. Only thing I'm saying, we got to get people, like I'm telling y'all, just let this sink in for a minute, family. Claire McClinton was trying to talk about how the residents ain't been getting no relief. This individual was talking about a friendship, and she was telling them how them same two was sicking the police on the residents. Let that sink in for a minute. This is what I'm saying. These people so out of touch on reality on what's going on. Even this individual came down there to council, said, she sat next to Art and how the residents was being nasty and the council people. And then after that, she want to keep Candace up in there. And I'm like, and I know it's 7th Warders to be on here saying Candace ain't done nothing. But in her mind, Candace is good for the 7th Ward. This is what I mean by these people are out of touch with reality to what's going on. They out of touch. And I'm being honest, it was out of touch. You didn't see residents being, but it was no different than what, and some of these same people, I guess only me and Billy and a handful only heard and seen what Chris Frey did. We the only ones that seen it. And I'm telling you, some of these people were sitting right next to this young lady in that vicinity. Some of these nonprofit organizations. I'm telling y'all, the League of Women representative was there. Now I get it how certain things be going on. Like I said, the paper over there. When I look at that Flint Neighborhood United paper, okay, what can we do better? Go get the rest of Flint. Bring the rest of them in there. Find a way to get out there and get the people in. But I know they don't want more of the people in. Because some of them people that's probably and got elected wouldn't be getting elected. But I gotta take one short break, family. Y'all know I gotta run this. Y'all know what time it is because we trying to get Zayna to that millionaire status. You heard? So while I run this commercial, family, give me a second.
My name is Zaina Eccles, and I'm the owner of Zaina Chantel LLC. It's right here in Flint, Michigan. I started my business over 10 years ago following the water crisis. I suffered from skin irritation and even hair loss. I tried spending my money on all natural products in stores, and they just didn't work. I formulated these three products: my Jasmine Rice Water Hair Cream, my Lang& Lime Hair Growth Oil, and Lang& Lime Hair Growth Spray. customers have shown me and told me of all the wonderful things my products have done for them. So if you'd like to check it out, visit zanachantel.com and use code 810 for 25% off your next order. Remember, be natural, stay beautiful.
As y'all can see, I'm back. And y'all make sure y'all tap in with Zayna. You see it, support the sister. Homegrown. And you see what I'm saying? She did this after the water crisis for what the water did to people's skin. See, we still that's what I'm saying. We got so much. I mean, Flint's still battling so many different things, and people don't seem. I mean, I get it. The good lie that was told, like they say, I guess the truth was still in the pool while the lie was running around saying the Flint water was fixed. But when you have people like your mayor, when you have people like your state rep, when you have people like your governor, see, when you have people like that who can control a crowd and got access to go get on the Breakfast Club and paint this image, and it's sad. Oh, wow. Wow. Let me see what Mrs. Beverly Biggs said. The 7'4" gentleman told me Liddell was the only one who reached out to him first. For sure. For sure. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. Let me see what Denise Cousins said. I try to share out to all of Genesee County what's happening, and I bring up the rezoning and green space as the new master plan could involve other areas, and everyone needs to pay attention. Facts. I don't. That's what I'm thinking. They not paying attention on really what's going on. They not paying attention, and that's sad too. That is sad that if that was the first one that reached out to the brother, she was the only the first one. But hey, listen, if you don't think the devil gonna reach out, the devil go at the good just as well as God going after the good. You know what I'm saying? So that's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. Like I don't know how, and and that's why I say, family. You have to look at the area that Candace is. I mean, that culture area. Maybe a lot of them don't care about the elderly that was being pulled out of their cars. In my humble opinion, maybe that's not a big issue with that. Maybe that wasn't. Maybe they pipes might not be bad over there in that area. You know, maybe them ones who they know gonna get out and vote. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes maybe a certain segment of Flint that stuff is getting did to the mayor. Them they probably do like it. They feel like he doing a righteous thing. So let's be honest. Let's quit acting like a certain segment don't like protesting, especially if it's about them. They don't like protesting, so they like for it to be, you know what I'm saying, protesting to be put down. Even though this country was made off protesting, they don't like that. Good morning, Sheila. Thank you for tapping in. They don't like that protesting. And I think that's what we gotta understand. You gotta see, but when it was about COVID, no problem. They filled it up. When it was about like I said, no matter. You see on the other side getting the water fixed in Flint. Getting the water fixed. I don't understand how, not able to drink your water, paying high for water. For sure. I mean, it do, but that's that. It kind of speak a lot on Liddell too. That you really that mad at Candace and them. That you linking up with people that's running against them. You know, but Sherry Allen. There's a lot of people that we see around here that runs with Liddell. I'm just not gonna hold that against him. It's a lot. It's a lot. You wouldn't believe some of these people that we be around, we be seeing. It's a lot. He ain't the only one. If he did do that, he ain't the only one. It's a lot. I'm telling you what, I done seen some, and I'll be like, damn, do these people know how ruthless she was politically to the residents over there? Like I say, people be content with because they have maybe they getting something and the rest not. Like I'm not. Listen, I wouldn't care who was all getting their money, but do y'all think can't drink no water, paying for water, you can't do nothing but use the bathroom with? Like people been buying water since 2014, cases of water, like that. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, brother Elliot come on here Tuesdays and Sundays and tell y'all what his water is. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many more times. Like, you know what I'm saying? He tell you, have no candidate. And Monica Galloway ain't been on council in what, maybe 5 years, about 5 or 6 years now, 7 years. I mean, 5 years Monica Galloway ain't been there in 5 years. And you mean to tell me that's the only one that knocked on his door? Let that sink in for a minute. Anything possible, Sherry. Anything possible. Let me see. I went to the planning commission. This Michelle Mayer yesterday, and they referenced the master plan to make their decision. The master plan is not a law. Why the Mots did the plan in 2013 with no updates? I couldn't answer you that. But it's the people that you listen, it's the people that's in these seats that's representing us who's selling y'all. See, I'm looking at this right here, and it's Carol Kincaid. She said, I went to the meetings over there, the new master plan. Over 70% of those present were non-resident property owners mapping our future. I call BS. That's what's terrible. Let me see what Sherry Allison. But in my opinion, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Both of them are cut from the same cloth. Facts. Facts. Those out of town property owners do not have to live here with their decisions makes me want to make decisions for them. Shaking my head. Terrible. Terrible. Now look at that. That's terrible. But that's why you need these organizations that's really fighting for you and that's not just fighting for them. I get it. Gentrification is on the way. Ain't no stopping that train. That we gonna go back. That's just like these gas prices. You can keep believing that these gas prices, and I hope they do, but I've been watching some of the people that it's not going back. And this thing with Flint is not going forward. I mean, they're not gonna pause it to help. It's moving forward. The train has left the building. That's just like I was watching some. I don't think I put it on my page and they was talking about, because I get a lot of time people get mad with the Democrats. We say this and that. How long was the minimum wage $7.25? How many Democratic prejudice that we had that had Congress when they could have raised up the living wage? I'm not saying the Republicans did it neither, but nor have the Democrats. And we have to wake up. Like I said, we keep voting. I only think I'm saying get something from the party sometime. Even with here, there's no way with all this redistricting and how they did this. You mean to tell me if Flint a predominantly Democratic city, how in the hell did we screw ourselves? Uh-oh, you see what Zayna said? She dropping something called bombshell. I mean, like, and then how many times do the family, like I said, we want to see her become a multimillionaire. Listen, let me see what Denise said. The scary thing is how many struggling are still buying water. If I had to decide between food I need and water I need, I'm picking food and take my chances with water for cooking and bathing. That's what I'm saying. Like they don't even care about that. You will hear some stuff say, "Oh, we Flint fatigue." That should have been cost a person votes when you heard that, but we don't look at stuff like that. Let me see what Katie said. Kamala just said we have a right to expect tangibles. Maybe some of us will hear it now. Facts. Now they didn't, yeah, because she didn't peep out what was going on. Tangibles. That's all we've been talking about is tangibles. You keep voting. I'm just saying, let me see on this page. Because I'm just saying, we knock everybody else, but we scared to knock the ones right here. And that's what I'm saying, even with the mayor. The residents deserve to get something from him. That's crazy not to expect nothing from him when he wants y'all to go vote. But he go running down there to that little meet. I mean, he running down there to his base. He expects something from them. Oh, I got this. I don't know how this one is, family, but I just wanted to put this up here just to show you how silly we are. Just to show you how silly we are. So this ain't nothing new. I don't want y'all to be thinking it's nothing new, but I gotta hit y'all with a little something. It make you think how many other recordings they have like this that's out here. You know what I'm saying? Then we justify it. I want to know. I just want to know. I want to know how many, if we go pull up more stuff. Let me see. There were multiple meetings for each ward asking for volunteers to work on the plan. They must ain't do a good thing then, teacher lady, because I don't know how many people, how we keep missing it. They need to get with people that can get the information out. How you doing, Marty? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. Let me see. Why are these projects and heavy equipment moving around? I never hear any of these projects mentioned at City Council. Who is making these decisions? Not us. Let me put this up here. Y'all know. I know y'all love, well, I ain't going to say the Republican Party love old Ronald Reagan himself. Let me put this up here. Old Ronald himself, along with these other ones. I just want to, let me see. I'm going to read a couple before I play this. He expecting a Christmas card. Y'all definitely should be holding Neely feet to the fire. And don't. They showed development leaders, investors, and other of interest walking and talking about the Chase Common State Park plans yesterday. They are still making their plans without us. And this, but let me put this, let me play this for y'all in case y'all been and forgot, because I know it's going to be excuses made, but this, what they've been thinking, the mind state has not changed.
Audio recordings have surfaced of a phone conversation nearly a half century ago between President Richard Nixon and future President Ronald Reagan. The recordings were released by the National Archives, and they capture the two men using racist language. Here's White House correspondent Paula.
Talking with Reagan, Nixon called Secretary of State William Rogers and adopted Reagan's racist language.
He saw these, as he said, these cannibals on television last night, and he said they weren't even wearing shoes, and he says here the United States is going to submit its fate to that.
Later that month, Nixon laughed at these comments from his best friend, Bibi Rebozo.
That reaction on television proves how they ought to be still hanging from the trees by the tail.
And I'm back, family. So let's quit acting like this stuff is something new with who 45, I want to call them 45, 47 that's in the White House. This is nothing new. Nothing new. But they'll throw these people up in our face. Oh, Ronald Reagan was great. This is nothing new. And you see what they say, if he said that 50 years ago, he would be the first one to say he's sorry. Ain't that some shit there? What about when crack hit the scene? But this is what I'm saying. We make excuses. And the reason I played that is just to show you, like, we can point them out, them decisions being made at the White House. But we act like, hey, facts. Yeah. They keep this learned behavior. No different than what Davina doing. This learned behavior from them positions. Learned behavior. It's not nothing new. But see, this is the type of stuff they'll throw up in our face and want you to celebrate them. Just like you know, when I brought it up about crack, you didn't have, why would you bring it? Why would you even let crack cocaine come in your community? See, what they keep forgetting, family. They studied on mice with crack before they put it on the human beings, if I'm not mistaken. So they knew when they let that crack what it was going to do. See, these are things that people don't be wanting. They can come back, oh, they sorry, we got to let it go. That's why it's so easy where you can hear why we got to talk about slavery, because it's being did to us. See, if it was did to them, they're going to let you remind you of what went down. They don't want you to forget what happened to them. Even we ain't done it. That's why when the thing happened with the, when one of theirs got took out, what happened? Black colleges came up under attacks. That's just like with this. If you make some noise, what's going to happen? You're going to come up under attacks. We act like we surprised. Let me see what Carol Kincaid said. Reagan vote one for the Gipper was their battle cry from one of his movies. Who votes for a celebrity actor? Shaking my head like they just voted for one twice. Let me see what Michelle. Both Nixon and Reagan came out talking about war on drugs while the CIA was putting drugs in the neighborhood in the same breath. You hear it for sure. Let me see what Mama Quill. If they don't want us to keep talking about slavery, then they need to stop talking about the Holocaust. But they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Because, and regardless of people, we still have discrimination going on today. And people will say it ain't. If Flint was a predominantly white city, this water would have been fixed. And I ain't throwing no allegedly behind that. This water would have been fixed. If Flint was a predominantly white city and you have to do cancer cluster studies, but I will say this, the people probably, if it was, they would be getting out doing more fighting than it's being a little over, a predominantly black city. I can tell you that. I know one thing, they wouldn't have went for what we putting up with. They would have demanded something. That's why when you seen what happened at January 6th, they felt like it was they wanted their man in there because he convinced people that he doing them wrong. I mean, that the country was doing them wrong. Yeah, a facts, Mama Quill. Let's see. The difference between Trump then and Trump now, that Trump says and shows he's hatred in our faces, whereas the others tried to hide behind the facts. That's what I'm saying. Don't take no. All you got to go do is listen. We looking at the little microism of Congress made up. Look in your states. You wondering why we having a hell of a time getting votes through? That's like even with the state rep we got here. She knows she nothing she can really do. Put stuff in. No, she know what. That's just a paycheck. If you can get in, it's just a paycheck. It's not enough of us in these seats down there to make a difference. Why do you think it was a big issue when they was looking at Dearborn? I'm not knocking. I'm just being honest. All you gotta do is go back and look who doing the battle cry. What we got to do, hell, we was the first ones on the first hired and first fired. I mean, last hired and first fired. That was us. We ain't set no policies to say who can come and who can go. We don't own no buses where we can drop. We ain't running immigration. Okay, so this war that he in now is used to be okay where he used to. Well, he shouldn't be in the first ward seat no more because he signed up to run for the third ward. So they need to fix that, Miss Beverly Biggs. They need to really get that together. That's why y'all better watch what's going on. That's why ain't no big issue been made, but nothing but what I done talked about it on A10 about what happened. Well, that's why he need to relinquish that first ward seat because he running for third ward. Now that's even more the better. It's impossible how he's running. He's still a first ward councilman. He running for third ward, and his house, that address is in the third ward. He should be disqualified. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Close my ass. When they want you out, they want you out. See, these are the games that we allow to go along with. We keep going along. That's what I'm saying. It's their system. It's the game. If you want to come play basketball, you're going to have to play by the rules in basketball. If you want to play football, you're going to have to play by the rules. You want to go to the NBA, the NFL, the CBA, it's rules you're going to have to play by, but it's crazy. Let me see. We're all woke on the show. How we get the residents to understand what is being done to them? I don't know what more you can do. They better take a page out of. Listen, I remember, and I'm not being funny, but when they talk about them damn maskers and staying in, hell, they had Saginaw Street packed. It was loaded. They was protesting against the mask, but I ain't seen that when it was about the water no more. I'm telling you, since I done came, I ain't seen none of that. And I'll be at the anybody in the chat, can y'all tell me when the water I can't get it out. I call it when they meet up again. When I know it's this month, what day is it? I want to see who's gonna be down there for that. I haven't seen Liddell down there. Maybe I missed her. I know Jordan Sheraton will probably be up here. The hell yeah, Sherry Allen. They been showing who they is. Okay, Beverly Biggs said the judge gave him the order, meaning that Leon could go in his Parkway address. Now, what? He's out the first ward, third ward. What is they gonna do? Let me see. If Denise Cousins, my bag. If anyone looks to the $1 billion that has come into Flint, they just think the stupid circus residents made poor decisions how to fix infrastructure. Unless we get investigations, we screw facts. But that's what is so crazy. Like, they'll get up here, and that's why, like, me and Trevor, we never agreed upon this. Where the money came in, but who blew it? You can this is what I don't like when I hear this is where stuff, and I get this, we can't look at this. No, we got to look at the whole scope of it. Because this is where you find corruption in. And I get it. This is part of the game. This is what they do. So we got to understand. Oh, facts, Miss Biggs. That's what I was saying. But with him being over there, he should not be in the and I'll put up with me in this, what I'm answering to. If he's using the mod address for the first ward, he should not be, since he's using the other address, because that's what he put down, he should be no longer the first ward councilman. That's what I'm saying. Davina must go. But I know the Boule don't want Davina gone. I get it. They don't want her gone. They're going to make every excuse. It's just like I put that up for Reagan. You're going to have some Reaganites, black ones, going to make excuses. Well, that was back then. Just like we had the one judge, general was trying to justify strong Thurman. Like I say, they will justify any of this because truly deep down, that's how they think. Don't think a lot of them then gave away on some of that thinking like that. That's why you can have a person come to listen with Trump, like I say, with the Jesus, that it was a doctor. He thought he was a doctor. See how people just there justify it. You mad at the Pope? That's why I asked earlier when I started. Is Trump? How do the Christian feel now? I want to know how do the Christian community feel that the good Christian going at the Catholic Pope now? Is y'all gonna be like the ones that was here was justifying Liddell cussing out the pastor? I'm just saying, right? Hey, Katie, right? The money came, but they fleeced it. Y'all need federal monitors over the elections, and ain't none of that going on. One thing about this, there ain't none of that going on. The commemoration, that's what it was. I couldn't get that event titled 13 Years a Slave to Bad Waters on April 25th at Mont Calvary Church. I'll be there with the camera. I'll be there. Let's see. Let me see this. Anyone who legitimately a person of faith didn't support him before this nonsense post. Shit. I didn't heard too many. Listen, teacher lady, I didn't heard he's a Christian. I'm telling you, I watched this. I watch some of the people nationally. I'm not just talking about here. But if I do hear the ones say he a good Christian, them was the same ones doing slavery when they was whooping ass. Christians. I'm just saying, them was Christians. Mickey, they don't care. Let us know when or where they're meeting about decisions they're making for us. They sure don't. Not the hypocrites. Oh, them some good. Just like right now. Listen, you finna have. I ain't seen a church pastor. Well, we saw all the pastors, the ones the mayor cool with. Like all of them that was praying on him, man. We could talk about Trump. But this mayor is just like Trump. It's like he going out of Trump playbook. He just like Trump. He had them praying on him. Man, there's people actually dying in real time. Is they praying for them? What about the people? I had to get a cancer cluster study, like I told you what Brother Robert said. When you find out that's when the real battles begin, mentally. Like, I don't think people really understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it's never going to be until they lose somebody. And I hate, you know what I'm saying? I done lost enough family members. You know what I'm saying? I done been to enough funerals in the last 5 years. I'm telling you. You would have thought I was going to see some veteran, like I was in the war or something. I'm just being honest with you. That's how sad it is. And then people I know, family members, and then died. Like, but that you know that I don't know how people in the faith community can even be standing next to this mayor. Let alone we'll call out Paula White that was up there with was up there with President Trump, but we won't call out the little Paula Whites running around here that was with Mayor Neely. That's what I'm saying. We're some of the biggest hypocrites. We do selective calling out. Y'all can see good and well about Paula White, but what about them little snakes that's here? Y'all had one day. Y'all had one that was what was it, the house of prayer? Brought them in. But them your religious people. Now, who was all in on that? But ain't nobody gonna say nothing about it, you know. They ain't gonna want to bring that up because that might be part of that friends, brothers, and in-laws. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't really be, you know what I'm saying, when they be saying, oh, they believe in God. No, you don't. Your God is that dollar. And I don't know how many more times y'all have to find out they God is that dollar. I hate to keep telling y'all. All you gotta do is look. When it was, I'm just saying, how many of them pastors came out there? Only probably one or two. You had the brother, Minister LaRon. I can't think of the other ones that were standing out there with Winters and Mari. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but but they tell you they believe in God, but they'll bow down if the mayor tell them something. Like I said, we had one lady that was on the ENA board, broke it, but on the school board. You think if she was going along with the get along on the ENA board, she not gonna go along with the get along on the school board up under Joyce, the president leadership? And like I keep telling y'all, how many times do I have to say Joyce went behind at the time President Clack back and did a deal with the superintendent? I'm not mad at him. Go get your money. But then nobody see nothing wrong with that. But now she your president. And you see, and it ain't like everybody keep having problems with her. Now you got Trustee Relaford having problems with her. You see how it was a back and forth call out. I'm just saying, just sit back, family, and look at it. Take a time and really look at what's going on here with these so-called, the people, y'all, that's getting in. And Davina, I will get rid of all of them. That whole club, we had to do it all new. Because she's done a good job for the system. But how she did a good job for the residents, no. And I do feel bad for some of the ones, because when is the 420 is Monday. So 421 is Tuesday. On Tuesday, Said, let me see. Teacher lady said the teachers had a problem with it and were very vocal about it. And that's what I'm saying. And I guess they finna push Dylan Luna to the planning commission. I'm just saying, when he part of that board too, why didn't that code red system send a weather alert last night? Because it ain't working for us. It's to put out stuff for the mayor. Let me see what Sister Santa said. You have to understand we are past the study. We are in critical trial. We are in clinical trial. They find the source, which will bring us resources. Then hopefully they'll be able to catch the cancer wave before stage 4. No, I get that, but I'm saying look how long it's been going on. That's why I give Art Fires his props on that. He brought it here. But I still go with, like I said, what Brother Roberts was saying. When you do find out that's the real battle when it kick in, I get that at the different stages. I was just saying I was giving from his point of view, and I was giving Art his credit for what he did. Let me see. Christians voted for 45, 47. They're slowly waking up, but it's real slow. Yeah, but them was the same ones doing slavery. That mind state ain't changed. They always slow to the table. They real slow. But this show you how much he really cared. Like I say, he just showing you what they really think. But family, I'm gonna see y'all back at 6:15 tonight. Y'all be safe out here in these weird streets with weird things going on. And y'all really vet these people that just popped up that want y'all to get y'all vote. And really look at the people that's rolling with some of the people that was keeping their foot on the resident's neck. You know what I'm saying? Go with the devil you know than the one you don't know. Oh, for sure. Hey, Concrete, I was back in it earlier. I'm gonna be on time, Sister Santa. I'm gonna be on time. Peace, family. I see y'all this evening.